I just saw an article from CNBC where it said that 1/3 of American families couldn't cover a $2,000 emergency before the pandemic. That made me wonder, are we blaming the pandemic for our lack of financial literacy? These and many other things will be touched in this video, as well as techniques to get out of debt, so stay tuned. Hi there, welcome to my channel, The Foreigner in America, where I teach locals and foreigners everything related to money, personal finances, investing, real estate, and the markets. If you're someone like myself that loves money and wants to be independent and wealthier, please subscribe to this great channel and hit that bell so you're alerted every time I upload videos. I also post on Instagram and TikTok now, The Foreigner in America. I post on my blog on theforeignerin.america.com where I elaborate more on the insight, and I have a new book called A Foreigner in America Can Succeed that talks about money, investing, jobs, dieting, exercise, friendship, among many other topics of interest, and you can get it for the cost of a latte in the link below. It makes me very sad to see a single man or woman broke. Let's define broke. Being broke is when your net worth is not existent and you cannot cover a $2,000 emergency. This means that you don't have $2,000 in your checking account. As a single person, you don't have to take care of anyone but yourself. If you have no more milk, you drink water. If there is no more bread, well, you don't eat bread, period. The reason why it makes me sad is because a single person is the best financial position you can be in your lifetime. It is like being in your 20s. That is the best physical state of a human body, both men and women. When I see someone overweight or all messed up in their 20s, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What is it left for you when you get into your 30s or your 40s? Same thing with money. If you cannot get your shit together when you are single, forget about being in a relationship, for getting married, and God forbid you have a kid. When this article popped up on my radar, I read it carefully. It didn't say single Americans can cover a $2,000 emergency. It said American families, 27% to be exact. It also said that 33% were in bad shape financially before the pandemic. It said that certain groups like Black Americans and Hispanic Americans are hit the worst because of the less education. I wonder why everyone keeps saying on social media that college sucks, don't get an education, it's not worth it, and other stupid advice. And yet, we're shown in studies that people without an education suffer more financially than the rest. Let me touch base on one thing they say in the article that is very important. But before I do, make sure you hit the like button if you're enjoying the content so far. This is what it says. Solutions to fill the gap may include boosting income, reducing debt, expanding risk protection, and increasing financial literacy. Wow, lots of good stuff here. Let's talk about each one of them and how you will get afloat and out of the deep water that is drowning you and your loved ones. Number one, boosting income. There are two problems in life regarding money: the lack of income and the excess of spending. To solve the first one, which is actually the least common of the two, you need to identify how much money you need to survive and save. You do this by creating a budget. Write down all the things you spend money on in a month and then prioritize. Once you have your number, reduce it to the max. Everything that you don't need or is not a priority, take it out of the list. Once you have your reduced number, that is your number. You cannot spend less money or your quality of life gets affected. If you're not making enough money, you need to find ways to increase your dollars. And these are the ways to do it. Find yourself a new job. There are plenty of jobs out there that will pay you more money to do the same thing that you do now. If you love your current job or boss, then ask for a raise. Just make sure you do it at the right time and you have strong arguments on hand. The second best way to boost your income is by getting a side hustle. Out of the 24 hours in a day, you work 8. and sleep 8. Well, the other 8 have to be used wisely. Watching TV is not the best use of those 8 hours. So after covering your basic needs and taking care of your significant others, start a side hustle that makes extra money. I have videos about it, which you can check out in my channel. Number 2, reducing debt. This is Dave Ramsey's baby, and I totally agree with that man. If you cannot cover a $2,000 emergency, then you shouldn't have any debt. You're not financially literate yet. You cannot crawl yet, and you're thinking of running a marathon by taking on debt. Don't do it. Monthly payments, including credit cards, car payments, student loan payment, mortgage payment, or any kind of obligation will kill you financially before you can blink. You haven't received your money and you already spent it. You are not working for you. You're working for someone else's payment. That is the single thing that kills Americans. They don't know how to pay cash for something. Forget about the mortgage for a little bit. Your debt to income ratio, called DTI, should not be bigger than 35%, including all your debt. If it is, you're screwed and you have to stop spending money and concentrate on paying it off. If you owe $2,000 a month in payments total and just make $3,000, think about it. You're 67% into debt and have no money left even before getting paid. Don't do that. Pay it off. Get a cheaper car. Pay off the credit cards first, which charge a lot of interest, and leave the mortgage for the end. If you bought too much of a house, then rent some rooms to unload the pressure, or sell it and buy a cheaper one. Number 3, expanding risk protection. How do you protect your loved ones in case you die prematurely? Well, the easiest way is to buy insurance. You can get a $250,000 term insurance for around $50 a month. I wouldn't do it if you were single though, because since your death will not affect anyone. This is only if you have a family and kids and you're the single provider for them. Number 4, increasing financial literacy. The only way you can know more about any subject is by 2 ways. 1, you read a book, or 2, you get a mentor who is an expert on the topic and wants to teach you something. I recommend you do both. Find good books online to read about money and financial literacy, and get friends who are richer and know about money. Don't just hang out with broke people. Otherwise, you will not learn anything useful. Now let me give you my foreigner insight for this topic. If you are one of these American families or singles drowned in debt and not being able to cover a $2,000 emergency, follow my advice in this video. But start today, don't wait. Decreasing expenses is number 1. Increasing income is number 2, and then paying off debt, downsizing the house and car, or finding roommates. Once you have things in order, your checking account will start to multiply. And then you can check out my other videos on how to invest it and make it grow. Don't be part of this study and be better with your money. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you give me a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any one of my weekly videos. Check out my Instagram, blog, and TikTok now, and make sure you check out this wonderful book, A Foreigner in America Can Succeed, which not only talks about money, it talks a lot about other things, the pillars that make up a person's life. And you can get on the link below for the price of a latte. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you later.